Fistful. Welcome to Game Development Explained with Sock Puppets. It's exactly what it sounds like. Woo! All right, so just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we're doing, because it requires you, I want to start by thanking amazing people who have been doing so much work on this panel that was put together in last minute and everything. So first of all, say hi to our wonderful narrators, Emily and Queenie. They have been writing the story and the dialogue and everything for this entire panel for the last couple of weeks, and they will be our narrators. So much thanks to Anthea, sitting over here, who built all the sock puppets and the stage. Amazing, okay? Absolutely amazing. I could not have pulled it off. I will not reveal the two puppeteers who are going to puppeteer with me just yet after the show. So the way this is going to work is two narrators. We're going to play. Please be aware that the puppeteers have no idea what the story is like. So we are improvising, and that's going to be a part of the entire show. Because game development involves the audience and the players, you'll be required to help us with our panel as well. There will be wonderful signs like dun 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 that you just, yeah. That's right, okay. Dun dun dun, yes, you get it. Wonderful, so this is what's gonna happen. I hope you enjoy the show.
So we are beginning with Act 1, a shiny new idea. Hold on a sec.
What? You don't wake up like that?
Yeah, nah. Let me see those.
What?
Oh.
No, I like that line.
No.
What? Okay, fine, okay. My mistake, right, fine. What would be a good song to wake up to for a game developer?
I don't know.
Come on. You know the song, you're going to have to sing it.
I don't know, it's not the point.
Is my mic on? No! I didn't think so! Ha-ha! Now is my mic on? Yes. Oh, I'll try and yell slightly less loudly now. Now I can hear me. Can you all hear me? Yes. Sweet! The screens aren't on.
Yes! Yes!
He's got it. Give that man a prize. Oh, we don't have any. It's not that kind of panel. Sorry. Okay, come on, help me here. You've got to make her sing. Everybody, do it. Do it.
But
do it.
No,
do it.
I don't know.
Come on.
Bacon pancake, making bacon pancake. Take some bacon and you put it on a pancake.
Sing along.
Bacon pancake, that's what it's gonna make.
Bacon pancakes. Yeah, give her a round of applause.
But that wasn't my point. Why are we starting here? Like, waking up is just a desperate bid for coffee because we played for too long last night. Everyone here knows that, right? Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of page turning. Okay, I guess that we can fast forward for a couple of hours then. Amy arrives at the office. They have a room in a co-working space full of indie devs, something like the arcade, only with no resemblance to the arcade whatsoever.
Each team member has a desk, and some of them are covered with collectible figurines in their original packaging.
Which is very important. One has a few half-full cups of latte, a scientific research into how long it takes for coffee to create new life.
As soon as Amy arrives, her producer, Sam, approaches her and says,
Are you ready? Are you pumped? Have you had your coffee?
Yes? What am I supposed to be pumped for?
We're coming up with a whole new game today. A woot.
Really? What happened to Tiny Angry Flappy Bird?
We don't talk about that. No, sorry, stop. That would never happen.
What?
Projects just dying without anybody knowing about them. No?
Well, the public doesn't hear about most of them, but a lot of projects don't even make it past prototyping. They may even get cancelled later in development.
Why?
Many reasons. Sometimes we can't make the concept fun, or a competitor will take over the market with a game that's exactly like ours, or we run out of money. The team usually sees it coming, but it doesn't make it any less heartbreaking.
Really? So if something's not working, it must be like kind of a relief when it's over, though, yeah?
We put a lot of ourselves in the games that we make, but keep going, you'll see.
Okay. Is there any way that we can get the screens on just before I is that going to happen? Because I know that people are asking, namely that guy over there who's now left. Awkward. Okay. Sam escorts Amy to the team meeting. It's held in a room with a whiteboard that can't hold on to its markers. It's very shelfless.
Corinne, the artist, is sitting in the corner, doodling on her notepad.
The coders are chatting in binary. No one can understand them, or in fact tell them apart. Let's just call them, I don't know, David, for no particular reason, I doubt it somehow.
Seriously?
What? David's a good name. I like it.
Yeah,
the two people who know my first name is David think that that's funny.
It's just, at my first job, my desk was surrounded by coders who were all named David. And they started calling me David so I'd fit the naming convention. It's very, very white male to claim things by renaming them.
Oh. You should be thankful I didn't wee on them.
Anywho, Jeff, the QA guy, is crashing someone else's game, and his hair is on fleek.
That's Jeff.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Oh, hang on. No, that's your bit.
Yeah. Calm down.
I'm sorry.
As soon as Amy sits down, Sam says,
Okay, guys and gals, time to come up with our next awesome game. Corinne says,
What about Tiny Angry Flappy Bird?
We don't talk about that. What do you think, Davids? Do you have any idea? And then the Davids say, Oh, yeah, mate. We'd like to code a shooter mechanic. We've never tried that. And then Sam says, that's an interesting idea. How would you see that play? Oh, yeah, it'd be all about accuracy, mate. Yeah, and bonuses when you get the headshots. Yeah, and then you have these combos and achievements and special guns. Yeah, we could have cover and maybe some armour. Yeah, skill trees. We have got to have skill trees for days. What?
Amy's been trying to talk for 15 minutes.
Oh, sorry, I got carried away. Skill trees.
A little bit.
Okay, so Amy says,
Are we still targeting teenage girls playing on mobile as the main audience?
And Sam says, yes, we are.
Okay, then a straight-up violent shooter won't quite work?
Corinne gets super excited and she says,
Oh, I know.
Corinne walks up to the whiteboard and looks around for a marker. For some reason, no matter how many times she grabs some from the utility closet, the markers are always gone. She decides to draw in her notebook instead, and then she explains,
It could be about shooting love at sad people. We could have hug grenades and glitter bombs.
her sketchbook fills up with swirly lines and dashes that represent both love and explosions. Now, audience, as you can see, we don't actually have props on the stage, so you're going to have to imagine the prop of the book and but what can you all make some glitter noises and explosion noises now? Okay. Thank you. That is what we call imagiception.
You could put points in generosity to shoot bigger hearts and stuff like that.
And everyone starts getting really excited about the idea and suggesting things.
The Davids say.
Yeah, we can make killer particle effects for the glitters, yeah.
Even Sam gets into it and says,
Yes, the enemies could be emotional vampires. If you hit them with love by mistake, they just latch onto you and leech your energy away.
It's...
Yeah, I know, it's too real, isn't it? We have been there.
It's great that everyone is excited about the first idea, but we usually explore a few different things. So we can pick the best one.
But what about the glitter bombs? I like the glitter bombs.
Well, the glitter bombs are great. But there may be something better. Jeff hasn't said anything. Maybe he has an idea.
I like Jeff. I'm of a mind that a tale of two dust bunnies surviving the vacuum cleaner through the power of friendship would be most suitable.
I think we found who's experimenting with the latte petri dishes.
You know, it could fall within the runner genre, or mayhap a puzzle, and include a co-op mode.
The idea would get added to the whiteboard if we had markers, or a whiteboard. And then maybe Sam can't quite get over Tiny Angry Flappy Bird.
We don't talk about that still.
Fine. Let's just say Sam really wants something that flies. So Amy adds a hot air balloon tycoon concept.
Okay, well, these all sound pretty cool, so how do you pick?
Sam knows. Just do the voice.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow, he does know. How does the team feel about these concepts? We'll have a year to make one of them, so do they all fit?
The team would discuss and maybe drop some ideas. In this case, they decide that all of the concepts seem doable.
Okay, so according to market research, what's best for our audience?
Good question. Let's pretend that the majority of you are teenage girls. Or...
Whoa. You were way too enthused?
Or, maybe you used to be.
I'm not sure whether that's even better. I'm not sure.
We don't know.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to do this by a round of applause for the 3 different games. So I want to hear, and you'll find out their names, the love-based shooter. I want you to make some noise for Cheery Bomb.
What about Tales of the Dust Bunnies?
What about Hot Air Balloon Tycoon?
And the winner is Tales of the Dust Bunny.
Yeah!
The development team is super psyched and does a happy dance.
Do a happy dance. All of you.
Come on. Put your wrist into it.
Did you just never use the phrase, put your wrist into it again? So, anyway... It'll take about a year to make that game.
Yeah, for the sake of our story, yes, we'll say a year.
Okay, so that's exciting. That's really exciting. So a year of boundless creativity and making the team's dreams come true.
Meh.
No? Oh, look at the script. A lot of work awaits the team, and some external forces are at play.
The reality of running a business.
Don't worry, we'll tell you when you do the dun-dun-duns. It's fine.
It'll get there. It'll get there. The reality of running a business, changes in the market, social media trolls.
And the ghost of external forces can show up at any time and break the team's concentration by saying,
Guys, you only have money for 6 months.
dun, dun. The end of Act 1. Yay! So we're changing actors or hands. We're not 100% sure. There's a huge amount of giggling happening behind there. You good? Good, you're right.
Okay,
You're good.
good.
Act 2.
The 9 circles of iteration. The team is in a bit of a panic, but Sam, good producer as they are, says...
No, it's okay. No stress. We can do this. We can get funding once we have a demo. It's time to fail fast. Hang on, no, sorry, that doesn't sound right.
But totally is. Like any creative work, we make shit up as we go. And we need to try things to see if they work, and we try to do that as fast and as cheaply as possible.
Okay, so Amy grabs some Post-its, some Lego bricks, and a handful of stress relief balls. She needs to figure out what the core mechanics of the game are. And she says...
So, you overcome obstacles with your dust bunny friend to complete levels. And completing levels unlocks new skills and obstacles as you progress closer to a world without vacuum cleaners. Let's figure out the details.
And then Corrine pulls out her sketchbook and starts concepting characters. And she says...
We probably want a side-scrolling view so we can make the player feel like they're escaping the pursuing vacuum cleaner, right? Yeah, that sounds good.
Then Jeff loads up the studio's devices with games that might inspire the project.
And everyone starts trying to figure out the bits and pieces and how they'll fit together. Fast forward a few hours. No.
So Amy is gesticulating like a 3-year-old who's just discovered that red cordial is a thing. And she says...
Yeah, if we have collectibles, we can do like in Mario when the coins all line up and you can just go bling, 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 bling. It's so satisfying.
And Sam jumps up and down with excitement and says, I like it. It has a nice oomph.
A thought bubbles under Jeff's magnificent hair. He says,
I reckon that the level completion should be accompanied by most emphatic celebrations. I found the slow motion and orchestral music in Peggle to be most enjoyable. And then Sam says, yes! La, 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 la. Yeah,
fast
we're not going
forward
to do
a
that
few
anymore.
weeks.
Fast forward?
Yes. Amy has a prototype built out of Legos and Post-its that explain some of the game mechanics. She's playtesting it with Sam, who says,
I'm not quite sure about the metagame. I wonder if it's a little too hard to understand. Amy answers,
Maybe. I think the user interface can solve that. You know, in Tiny Angry Flappy Bird...
we still don't talk about that.
fast forward a few weeks.
Hey, whoa, sorry, hang on, a few weeks. The game doesn't sound like it's that complicated to need that long.
Well, it's true, but just because a game sounds simple doesn't mean it's straightforward to make. Liz Englund actually published an analogy that explains it brilliantly called the door problem. Say you want a door in the game.
Yep, sure, doors are cool. I like doors.
Okay? Can the player open them?
Yeah.
All of them? If not, how do they know which one can open and which one don't? Can they unlock them?
Yeah.
All of them?
No.
How do they know if some of them unlock and some will never open?
Colours? Anyway,
Eventually.
What? But are there a lot more of these questions? Because I think, well, for a start, these guys are getting bored. But anyway.
Oh, yeah,
So, look,
I have a full list.
Really? Well, okay. Basically, just go and Google, game design the door problem? I think. Anyway. So, yeah, anyway, fast forward a couple more weeks. Okay. Now the game has a digital prototype. Huzzah! Wow, your enthusiasm is terrifying. I'm sorry, I was just hoping that you'd go with me on it. Yeah. Look, it's the prettiest thing that the Davids have ever made. Or the David now. Singular.
He represents
many.
all of the Davids. Yes. He is Legion.
So it's the prettiest thing that the David has ever made.
Which means that it's a weird mashup of rough shapes in neon colors, fart sound effects, and characters from the David's favorite movies.
You know what? Frank the Psycho Bunny from Donnie Darko really elevates the whole presentation, you know?
It would help if there was a little bit more of Corinne's art in it, but most of her prototyping effort are up on the walls.
No! Well, I guess that sort of defines when she finds the bit on the...
I guess it depends how you define fun. Don't steal my bits.
I wasn't going to. And once again, phrasing. But anyway, the sound effects are fart noises.
So, your point is?
Actually, good point, yeah. Every game needs a good fart noise sound effect. Yeah, okay.
I think Sam explains it best.
Okay, team. We know what works and what doesn't. Lots of questions have answers, and that's stellar. Team, give yourself a round of applause. No, come on. No. You don't give them a round of applause. I want to see these guys do it.
They should... Okay. Not awkward at all.
You know what that is? That's the world's smallest mosh pit. Yeah, good stuff. This is Sam, by the way. Yeah, good stuff. I think we need a solid vertical slice for funding. And, sorry, hang on. For those of us who do not speak game dev, vertical slice?
A vertical slice proves that the concept can support a whole game.
Oh, well, that must be pretty cool. That's exciting, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty much the moment where we see if the cool ideas that were explored in prototyping can actually play well together.
Cool. Okay, so Sam sits down with the team and he says, okay, team, what do we need?
Amy answers, we know most of the ingredients we need to build cool levels, but I think we should make an easy, a medium, and a hard level to really prove the concept. AI for the enemies would be pretty cool, too.
Sam says. We'll need art for the levels as well, and the build should be stable enough so the funding platform can plant without crashing. I don't know what Sam is actually doing, but giving it a red-hot go.
It's pretty obvious the team agrees on having a stable build that doesn't explode, and they start toiling away at the different tasks.
I just need to ask, are there more doors at this point? Because
yeah.
Oh.
And sometimes the team's first answers to the door problem don't match well with their favorite answer for the window problem, so they have to figure out new answers.
Right. Damn. Okay, let's fast forward a month. Everybody make the noise. Soon. Soon, my precious. Soon it'll be fun. No. So the team is hard at work. They're coding everything. I'm sure it's a really tense time for everyone.
Of course. Between two slurps of 2-minute noodles, the Davids are having a crucial conversation with Corinne. They say,
No, mate, no way. Dovahkiin beats the Inquisitor any day. Corinne says,
That doesn't make any sense. The Inquisitor has a whole army with them.
No, hey, you're changing the rules of engagement, mate.
Like hell I am. You said height of power Dovahkiin versus height of power Inquisitor.
You can't just pick and choose what makes someone powerful.
Yeah, exactly. Someone, not someone and all their bloody friends.
Leadership is the essence of the Inquisitor. You can't just take that away.
Yeah, well, leadership ain't worth shit in one-on-one combat, is it?
Overhearing the conversation, Sam decides to intervene.
This sounds like a life or death discussion, but we are kind of on a timeline here, guys.
To which the Davids answer,
Yeah, the code's compiling, mate. And Sam says, I see. Carry on then.
this may take a while as an argument, so you guys settle it. Dovahkiin, make some noise! No one?
Really? Okay. Inquisitor, make some noise. Or a heckler in the third row.
Well, I guess it's sorted then.
Yep, totally settled.
Let's just-
Don't need to have that discussion ever again. Ever.
Let's fast forward a couple more weeks.
Make the noise. I'm so-
Yes!
What?
Well, Jeff disagrees. He says,
Yeah, well, you got Jeff there? Yeah. The frequency at which I can break the vertical slice is most concerning.
the Davids are confident, though. They say,
No, whackers, mate. Your words won't sway me for as long as critical bugs crawl.
Sam decides they should step into the conversation.
I agree with Jeff on this. David, could we stabilise the demo within the next 2 weeks so we can put it in the hands of playtesters?
Amy has been really asking for that. It's really hard to see if our work is any good without putting it in the hands of the players. Sorry, Sam was talking.
Thank you. If we could hit those dates, we might have a bit of time to polish before we have to submit for funding.
And the Davids answer,
No, whackers, mate. But someone is lurking in the shadows.
Guys!
I'm glad you came back.
So the ghost says, Guys, I will not be deterred. Successful games on mobile are free to play and 20% less blue.
Hey, whoa, hang on. Sorry, 20% less blue?
I worked with a team that actually got that feedback from a client. They were pretty puzzled.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. How do you make a project 20% less blue?
Fire me?
Oh, it's a hair joke. I can't compete. I guess maybe not all feedback is useful, huh?
Or maybe someone has a better idea. Corrine.
We can revisit the color palette of the menus. That's a reasonable amount of work, but not nearly as much as tweaking several gameplay elements.
Sam thinks that's a pretty good idea. And they're on a tight schedule now. And Amy says,
We can throw in some microtransactions so player can, get hints for the levels they have problems with. It's not a very good implementation of free-to-play, though. We'll need to rework more things to make it work.
and then Sam says, I think we need the final implementation for the funding application. Let's document the strategy and add whatever we can in-game.
Sure thing. We can still do the playtesting with the current build. This way we have the feedback from the players and we can integrate them at the same time as we integrate those things.
I love it when a plan comes together. Anyone? Seriously? Are there any fans of the A-Team here at all? 1, 2. Thank you. Right, okay. I knew that was going to play to 2 people. Right.
Organizing playtesters takes a little bit of time, so let's fast forward a couple of weeks.
Now, since the team has their office in a co-working space, they asked some other game developers to come on in.
But game devs are a little bit like this wonderful audience. They're not teenage girls.
You are not a teenage girl. Luckily, Sam has some contacts in education. Oh,
Yes!
Is there a teenage
Yes!
girl? We have a teenage girl! Wow. I should never be that enthused about pointing out. Okay. Luckily, yes. Did I say the bit where he got some contacts in education and recruits
Yes.
from teenagers? Good, right. Your line.
So the team sets up a space for test and lay out some snacks, anything to put the players at ease.
And the players, here represented by the ghosts, they arrive and sit down and start to play the game.
Amy and Sam...
Good luck with that.
Amy and Sam watch the players and frantically take notes.
The player tapped the wrong button, has crashed the entire game.
Amy wants to say something, but Sam glares at her.
The player restarts the game and then gets stuck in a menu.
Amy is finding it really hard to keep her mouth shut. She says, "If you just..."
Sam bumps into Amy to remind him that they're not supposed to interfere or the results won't accurately represent the problems in the game.
But we can just...
Sam bumps into Amy again. Meanwhile, the player struggles with the controls.
No, just... Why?
Sam resorts to holding Amy's mouth shut. Come on, do it. Sam, hold... Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Oh, there. Well done.
Faster than me. It's not awkward at all.
It's now Friday, 5 o'clock, and the team has pages and pages of things they need to fix. They're feeling a little bit down.
Amy sits in the corner with crippling self... Oh, God. Oh, woe is them. Amy sits in a corner with crippling self-doubt and a brown paper bag to help with her hyperventilation. And she says...
I have failed this industry. How could I ever think I could do this? I'm an imposter. I'm a fraud.
The whole team is a bit concerned about addressing all the changes.
But Sam has a plan. They open up the fridge and say,
You know what, peeps? It's beer o'clock. Have a drink and forget about all this for the weekend. We'll be clearer on Monday.
the team grabs a drink and plays a few games of Super Smash Bros. to unwind and rekindle their love for the industry.
Can you guess what we're going to do now? We're going to fast forward a few weeks. Yes! Woo! The team is super happy with the second version of the vertical slice.
It's hard to get feedback, but it always makes a game better. Jeff, surprisingly, is fairly happy with it too.
Affirmative. The Davids are exterminating bugs with a tenacious ferocity. It pleases me. Some art still needs to be replaced, but we have time for that.
Guys!
Come on, get the guys. Yay!
Funding applications are closed tomorrow, end of day.
Ah!
Sam is like an army general, barking orders, and the team replies as they're called.
Amy, I expect the final write-up of the game summary in my inbox in 2 hours.
Will do.
Kareen, how's the trailer coming?
I need 3 more hours.
You have 2. Then you can polish the art in the build. Davids, how are we on bugs and implementation? Yeah, mate, we're progressing. But we can't figure out one of them. Just keeps happening. Yeah. Which one? Oh, well, it's the one where you get the double rewards if you finish the level with a power-up device. Yeah, it's fucked. Add a sound effect and some particles. You know what? It's not a bug, it's a feature. Jeff, please revise the bug priorities. We can't get them to all in time. You know what? It'll be my pleasure.
things get super hectic. The team runs around as if they were on fast forward, except in real time. But they can do it! They can do it!
Don't let your dream be dreams. And it's 5 minutes before the final deadline. Sam, sorry, dies. Come back! Come back! Arise! Finally, Sam hits send and the team collapses, exhausted. There is calm and silence. Then Corinne props her head up and says,
Davids, did you get around to integrating the final art to replace the Psycho Bunny from Donnie Darko?
The Davids gasp in horror.
The team works on creating more levels for the game while they wait for an answer for funding.
Sam bites their nails while no one else is looking. They're worried that the Psycho Bunny will cost them the grant.
Fast forward a month.
The project gets the grant! Yay! And for a few minutes, everyone in the office does a happy dance. Yes. I really wasn't expecting you to join in that much.
The team can now afford a bunch of cool mechanics they thought they would have to cut.
And Amy also has a suggestion.
I'd like to experiment with a few social features. They can really add to the player experience, and then they stay in the game longer, and then we have more chances to make money.
And then Sam says, good idea. It's too risky to always rely on funding. We'd be under less stress if we take Tales of the Dust Bunny and it generated decent revenue.
Fast forward a couple of months.
The game has reached its alpha milestone. It can be played from the beginning to the end, and theoretically, all the features are in, theoretically.
That never happens.
So the art is not all in? No?
No, and some features will get added, but it's fine,
But it's taking shape, right?
Yeah.
It's okay? Right, okay. Right, so this is basically the halfway mark of the project. Okay, cool, right.
Guys! A couple more months of this and you're broke.
No.
Perfect timing!
Oh, amazing. Oh, I've lost my spot there.
Let's take it from the top.
Yeah, okay.
Guys! A couple more months of this and you're broke.
No, the team just got money. That's where did the money go? This is really bullshit. This is unfair.
I don't know. Maybe it's the same sort of thing that happened to Tiny Angry Flappy Bird.
We still don't talk about that. You know that, right? Page turn.
The truth is, sometimes features take longer than the team thought. All the door problems, they pile up. Sometimes in very unexpected ways, too.
Yeah, well, that sucks, doesn't
Yep.
it? Well, so is this the end, then?
Nah, game devs got grit.
Yeah, well, grit ain't paying the bills, is it?
No. But these, oh so very charming people might, right?
God, if only crowdfunding was that easy.
Sam has a new shiny plan.
You know what, peeps? I believe in this project, and I think the gaming community will too. Let's kickstart this and get the money we need to launch this game.
The team digs up the demo video they made to apply for funding, and Corinne says,
The core gameplay hasn't changed much, so I can reuse those parts. We'll need additional footage for the new social features.
And then Sam says, yeah, well, we'll also need to explain how far along we are, and we need the money to complete the last third of our development.
Amy says, I can write up the pages. It'll be a rewrite of some stuff from the funding and the game design.
That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Is it always that easy?
Yes and no. It still take a whole chunk of time away from actually developing the game, and there's no guarantee it'll actually bring money.
Okay, well, let's fast forward and see. Okay, the Kickstarter is live, and some pledges are in, but not nearly enough, though.
The team is working hard toward beta, the moment when all the final content is in the game but not polished. Sam decides to record a quick video as update 1 for the people who pledged. They borrow a camera and walk around the office taking candid videos. They say,
I think our fans need to know that their support makes us so happy. Yeah, we get a little crazy. We're wacky, we are. Kareen, sit on your chair. Jeff, spin around. Yeah, that's good. Now you should both make Cindy spin around.
Jeff, you're not really helping.
Spin Kareen around. Come on, you can do this. Who wants to see Jeff make Kareen spin around on a chair?
That's not...
Yes, that's right. The noises are good, but the spinning isn't quite good enough. Spin Kareen harder. Spin her faster. No, you're not doing it right, Jeff.
Finally, Jeff runs a hand through his lustrous hair and says,
You know what? Some laws of physics prevent us from doing as instructed, ma'am. You know what? That's okay, says Sam. It'll do.
Let's fast forward a couple of weeks. You guys are getting good at this.
It's either that or we've turned them into a bunch of turkeys. The Kickstarter isn't gaining any momentum. And worse, it's actually attracting some trolls.
Guys! Greedy free-to-play, you suck at a real job, your game's shit.
Laugh it up. The internet is a mean place. It is a mean goddamn place.
You might anger the live stream.
Hi. Okay.
Sam calls the whole team to a meeting, and they say,
You know what, peeps? We don't have enough money to finish the game without the Kickstarter. We won't get the Kickstarter money without a big splash of visibility. And if this game doesn't come out, we either have to get another day job to try and finish it in our free time, or close our indie studio.
The team is feeling pretty depressed. But Sam is not done.
We need to use the money we have left to make sure the Kickstarter is a success. Team, we are going to a games convention. You totally ruined the next line. The next line's really serious.
Amy is the first one to snap out of the surprise. You want to show the game to players at a convention so we get more traffic to the Kickstarter?
Yes. We need to make a playable demo for the first 10 minutes of gameplay.
Okay, we'll need to change some of the balancing so it speeds through a few bits. I think the players need to see the spiderweb swings. That'll really get them excited.
I agree, says Sam. Did you get that? Yeah, good.
Yep. Jeff straightens his magnificent hair and says,
Well, far from me to bring up disheartening facts, but our Kickstarter campaign ends in 1 month. Yes, says Sam. Right at the end of the games convention. End of Act 2. How you doing? You doing okay? Give them a round of applause. They are working their arms off back there. Right. Act 3.
Pride and product placement. Okay, dear audience, strap onto your chairs because this ride is about to get wild.
The launch of a game and survival of studio hangs in the balance.
We're on the clock. Are you with us?
Yes. Are you with us? Yes. Then here we go!
Fast forward a couple of days.
Okay, the Davids are slurping 2-minute noodles off at their desk. Clarine approaches and says...
David?
And the Davids... Oh, sorry.
And the Davids cut her off.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, right. Now, code's compiling. So, anyway, Yanni versus Sackboy. Who's the cutest?
Sackboy, but that's not why I'm here.
No. That was too quick an answer. Why are you so sure?
Because his cuteness can be customized to the user's satisfaction, but that's not why I'm
No.
here.
That's not enough a reason. I'm talking about the character as primarily portrayed.
You can't pick and choose. Ah! That's not why I'm here. I'm hungry, and you ate all of the 2-minute noodles again!
Oh. Fast forward again a couple of days.
Jeff calmly plays the latest build, but something is not quite right. His hair has lost some of its je ne sais quoi. The game crashes, and he says,
That keeps happening. David, you must test your work before declaring you have fixed the bugs.
I think there are some coders in that corner.
Please don't kill me.
Fast forward a couple of days.
Amy is walking around with the metaphorical axe, cutting features left and right because they can't be debugged before the convention. Tears streaming down her face. She says,
I'm sorry, my darlings. I swear I loved you all equally. Reality is giving me no choice. Bed bugs are just not as important as spider web swings.
Fast forward a couple of days. No!
Life is horrible.
Only coffee stands between the team and zombieism.
Fast forward a couple of more days. Sam is in a toilet stall when the team can see them bite their nails, and they say,
This was a terrible idea. We don't have enough money for a booth. How are we going to attract people's attention? How are we going to make them play our game?
Fast forward a couple more days.
Karine comes into the office in the early hours of the morning to get some stuff done.
She works tirelessly for a few hours, and then the game engine crashes.
Yeah, I know, right? But this happens all the time, right? Yeah. I mean, it's annoying, but she takes a deep breath, and then she reopens her file, yeah?
The file is corrupted.
Oh, no. That's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Calm down. She can just use, like, version control, yeah, and go to her previous save. We all use backups, don't we?
Except she was tired.
What do you mean she was tired?
Well, she got sucked into her work.
What do you mean?
She hasn't saved all morning.
What do you mean?
She just lost all the work she came in early for.
What?
It's all gone!
Oh, my God. And...
Okay, I'm guessing something like this. Why are you doing this to me? I put my heart and soul in this, and for what? For what? For stupid computer shortcomings!
It's always the quiet ones, isn't it?
Curse you, flying spaghetti monster! I ate your guts!
The team arrives in the office and are a little bit scared as Karine is just flipping herself around the entire thing. Like she is going apeshit. She is everywhere. She is bouncing off the walls.
Why?
And then Sam calmly steps up and says, Eta kurum nachmet. And she falls asleep. The three people who watch Serenity really like that gag. Oh, well, says Sam. At least she only broke the keyboard.
Fast forward a couple more days. I wouldn't be mentioning Jeff's hair anymore, but I feel we need to grieve.
The bug count is way too high, despite everyone's dedicated efforts to fixing the build.
Yet Jeff keeps finding crashes. He says,
To test or not to test? That is the question. Whether it is no...
fast forward a couple more days.
I was just going to ad-lib.
Sam resorts to interpretive dancing to keep the team morale up.
More interpretive. Now be a tree in the wind.
Well done.
Now be shame. Show us shame. Round of applause. That was... that was a really good show, but I got to say, these things are getting kind of weird, Em. Did you actually, like, just generate random events on a table and then roll the dice?
Yeah. I'm offended.
Right. Okay. And then again, we fast forward. In a moment of divine inspiration, Amy yells out,
42!
and then we force forward a couple more days.
The team lies around the office, all out of energy and motivation.
The convention is a week away, and nothing seems to be working.
The office used to be like a madhouse. Now it's kind of just dead, except someone is sobbing.
Aww. Amy's not having it, though. She stands in the middle of the office, and she says,
People of games, of technology, my kindred, I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of the game devs fail. When we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of boredom and shattered dreams when the age of games comes crashing down. But it is not this day. This day we create. By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand, makers of the game!
the team breathes a new life. They have a few discussions and plans start to form. Corrine says,
I can use paper plates, some paint, and safety pin to make wearable advertisement. Sam, Amy, and the Davids huddle around Jeff's desk to sort through the bugs. Jeff says,
what about this one?
Sam answers,
I think it's a feature. And this one, Pilgrim? Feature?
Sam looks at Amy, who says, might be tricky, but we'll swing something.
The team keep pushing, and we fast forward a couple more days. The team puts builds on the studio's devices and their personal devices.
There are still significant bugs in there, but hopefully not in the things that the players will see.
And well, fingers crossed, yeah. Things are still pretty tense.
But then they arrive at the games convention. And for a moment, they're at peace, at home.
From the giant sculptures that celebrate dorkiness, like a giant D20, to the cosplayers in your magnificent outfits.
Everything is perfect.
We do quite like it here. The team, do you all like it? Yes! Good. Right. The team finds a quiet corner to put out their paper plates. Corrine is helping. Jeff is working on the sign on his back. When he pokes his finger... Oh, hang on. Let's just do that entire thing again, shall we?
Whee!
Yes. Can we rewind? Can you do rewind? Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
The team finds a quiet corner to put on their paper plates. Corrine is helping Jeff with his sign on his back, and she pokes her finger with a safety pin. Blood pearls.
Guys! Biohazard, biohazard, biohazard. Follow me to the infirmary.
Fast forward a few hours.
Corine's finger is disinfected and bandaged.
The Davids, Jeff, Corrine, and Amy spread out onto the show floor, diving into the crowd to get people to play their game.
Come on.
Go on.
Get a move on. No, just stand up and go into the crowd.
Go into the crowd. You're like,
Go.
No,
You can.
it's like the lamest version of Hungry, Hungry Hippos I've ever seen.
Sam is hidden in a corner, their eyes glued to the Kickstarter page. Their hands are trembling. They're so nervous.
Sam is trying to resist biting her nail. She doesn't want to pierce the skin and become a biohazard. It takes all of her willpower.
A few more pledges have come in, but the Kickstarter is still a good way from funded.
The team is uber friendly with the people they meet.
They talk about the game with excitement.
They hand out business cards with the Kickstarter link.
They need the crowd's help and are really passionate about getting their game done. Guys! You're never gonna make it.
Shut up, you Debbie Downer! Christ. The Kickstarter is gaining velocity. More pledges are coming in.
But there's still more needed.
Sam watches the screen intently, but their nerves can't take it anymore.
They faint from the stress.
It's the last day of the conference. The team has done all they can.
They hurry back to Sam's corner, cross all of their crossable bits, and wait.
Funded! Yay! The team erupts into cheers of victory. Oh, that's your line.
I guess we're switching up.
Whatever, you can do it. Whatever.
Their games convention adventure was stressful.
No, you can have the next line. It's a lot longer.
Lazy. They now have the money to polish the game, get rid of the bugs, and launch it in a few months. They're not nearly done with this game, but tonight, it doesn't matter.
To celebrate, they go out to a mega development party. Yes.
Yes! They're
I see
very
you've been to one.
tired, and speaking English is becoming a challenge.
And, the drinks, of course, make that slightly worse.
But that's okay. Everyone needs to unwind.
They meet awesome people, they drink and dance all night, and then they head back to home, and they fall into a blissful sleep. Aww.
Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I put it on a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes! Because they're not done yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end! And now, let us introduce our fantastic puppeteers.
Da, 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 da.
Come on out.
Come on.
Of course, we have Jen Sherl. Who have we got on your side? Who's that? Who is it?
So many people. Yay!
Jimmy Riley. And I think we need to say a huge thank you to Anthea. And something that wasn't said before, I mean, it was said, but I don't think it was made entirely clear. I didn't write a damn thing of that. That was all Emily, so please give her a huge round of applause.
Thank you to my co-narrator, David. And his on-the-fly improv. Well done.
So, I guess it's question time.
There are big red numbers on the screen, I think.
Oh, the big red numbers that say 0, 0,
Yeah,
0,
can
0,
we do question
0,
time, or are you gonna...
Yeah, go. Is Jeff's real name Eugene? I wasn't going for that.